Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your news report and second stimulus check update. According to Fox Business, Senator Chuck Schumer said $2,000 stimulus checks is one of the first things that we want to do. And according to Business Insider, Democrats retook Senate control after the Georgia runoffs. And here's a legislative maneuver they could use to get $2,000 stimulus checks to Americans. Business Insider reports that Democrats Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock won their Senate runoffs in Georgia on Tuesday. Now before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes if you support a third stimulus check of $2,000. My message to our politicians in Congress is to pass the stimulus checks now. The great American people need help. $600 stimulus checks were not enough, so pass the $2,000. If you agree, then leave a comment down below saying I agree.
A majority in the United States Senate, and that will be very good for the American people. America is experiencing one of the greatest crises we have ever had in our history, and the Senate Democratic majority is committed to delivering the bold change and help that Americans need and demand. Senate Democrats know America is hurting. Help is on the way. And we have two new senators coming to help. One of the first things that I want to do when our new senators are seated is deliver the $2,000 checks to the American families. Senators Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff ran first-rate campaigns. They will be outstanding senators for Georgia. When Raphael Warnock was born, both of Georgia's senators were segregationists. Yesterday, Georgia just elected its first African-American to the United States Senate.
Now, first of all, Democrats retook the Senate control after the Georgia runoffs. And here's the legislative maneuver they could use to get $2,000 stimulus checks approved without GOP support. Now, once again, folks, this is according to Business Insider. And they report that Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock won their Senate runoffs in Georgia. The Democrats are on course to wield power during a period of extraordinary health and economic challenges facing the nation. On Wednesday morning, Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer of New York pointed to the growing toll of the pandemic on average Americans in a statement hailing the pair of victories.
In its history. And Jon Ossoff has been on the ground, working it for years. He was never daunted, persistent, never gave up. I'm so proud of both their campaigns and so excited to welcome them to the United States Senate. Couldn't come at a better moment. I also want to especially thank Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, our amazing chair of the DSCC, and all of the great staff who worked at the DSCC. And a shout out to two members of the DSCC who right after Election Day went down to Georgia, spent their Christmas and New Year's holidays there.
Senate Democrats know America is hurting. Help is on the way. Schumer said, adding the party can deliver bold change. He stands to be the new majority leader in a chamber that's evenly divided between Republicans and Democrats, with Vice President Kamala Harris casting tie-breaking votes.
And that is Christy Roberts and Laura Passalacqua, our communications director and our political director. And a great shout out to my dear friend for over a decade, Stacey Abrams, and her whole team at Fair Fight, Georgia. For 10 years, she and her team, and so many of the women's groups, black women's groups, worked and worked and worked to change Georgia. Stacey would be the first to tell you she didn't do it alone. So a huge thank you to the many organizations who have been working so hard for so many years just to get this moment. And of course, none of this would be possible without the hundreds of thousands of organizers and volunteers who put their time, sweat, and determination into this victory. Organizing during a pandemic is not easy.
Folks, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer? And for those of you that are on SSI or SSDI payments, the second round of stimulus checks are out for delivery, as long as you meet the requirements for another check. As long as you meet the requirements for another check, you can expect to receive yours via direct deposit or in the mail as an EIP card or paper check. When determining how much of the $600 payment you receive, the IRS and Treasury Department consider your age, tax filings, adjusted gross income, pension, Social Security benefits, SSI and SSDI, and whether you count as someone else's adult dependent. If you're over the age of 65 and a recipient of Supplemental Security Income or Social Security Disability Insurance, you were eligible for a first stimulus check and will also be eligible for a second check. On this channel, I always provide you with the most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check information, SSI information, and SSDI information. And of course, the newest news on your unemployment benefits.